I'm coming clean on how I got my net worth. Trust fund, baby. Now, my parents were actually broke immigrants, but I did get a very big head start thanks to them. They paid for my tuition. So this is how I built up my net worth from 0 to 750K over the course of around 5 years. And at the end, I'll tell you why I was still depressed. So I started at $0 and I was working at American Express, which paid 90K a year. And during that time, it was COVID, so I had moved home, very minimal expenses other than World of Warcraft subscription. A few months into that job, I already wanted to quit, so I looked into this thing called financial independence. Basically, if you save up and invest over 25 times your annual expenses, then you don't have to work again. There's more nuance than that, but if you want to find out more, just look it up. And I invested like every single dollar basically into index funds and a little bit of crypto. And by the end of the year and a half that I worked at Amex, I had around 100K. And then I found my job at Google, which increased my compensation to 226K, which allowed me to just save and invest that much more. I moved into New York City with two of my roommates in East Williamsburg and paid around $1,500 in rent. But I was still staying frugal, all that Asian immigrant conditioning and financial independence stuff. And so by the beginning of this year, I had around 650 to 700K in terms of net worth, but I still found myself depressed. I had saved up all this money. I had enough time to leave, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it because it felt so stupid. And there was this day where I was in my apartment and I was just holding a knife up to my neck to see what I felt. And it wasn't because I was broke. It wasn't because I was rich. It was just because I felt trapped. I've quit my job and I have 750K net worth. A lot of you are gonna be like, oh, it's so easy to quit your job if you have that much. Well, guess what? It's still not easy when you're in that position, because the very thing that gets you there in the first place means that you are giving up so much when you're walking away. But now I feel this sense of alignment. I'm making videos, which is something that I was passionate about since I was a kid, and I'm able to make money from it, even though it's not as much as Google yet. And people tell me that I've changed their lives and that I'm inspiring them, and I feel like I have a positive impact. Whereas before I was working on this product that of course brought in like billions of dollars for advertisers, but I really just didn't care. And I didn't even really like software engineering that much. I was just pretending that it was the right path for me because it made the most financial sense. So definitely be practical, learn how to make money. I have a free system called the Job Offer System. People have told me it has helped them land job interviews at Google and other companies. And it's completely free. So if you want to learn how to make money, just use that. But make sure that you are not forgetting who you are and stay true to yourself throughout the process.